Good evening. Many thanks for joining us here on TV47 Weekend. My name is Musa Salah. Coming up in the next 60 minutes. Tonight, DP Ruto says he will not resign.
Mheshimiwa Rais na mimi tulienda kuomba kura kwa pamoja.
But the second in command is complaining to have been stripped of some of his duties.
Hata kama kazi ambazo ningekuwa nafanya mimi kama naibu wa rais inafanywa na wengine, mimi pia nimeheshimu uamuzi huo.
Also tonight, MCAs from Western Region counties meet to discuss the ongoing constitutional amendment bill ahead of their sittings next week.
Mambo ya grant ya car, car grant, there is no argument. Katika USRC court is represented.
And the families of 9 people who died in a road accident in Gilgil along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway have started preparations to rest their kins. Welcome to the broadcast. Mini Mbese is our sign language interpreter. TV47 Weekend begins right now. Deputy President William Ruto has insisted that he is in for the long haul while refuting claims of being dissatisfied with the government. This comes barely a day after President Uhuru Kenyatta dared Ruto to resign instead of criticizing the government from the inside. The Deputy President spoke at a rally to drum up support for his hustler narrative in Isiolo County, where he was accompanied by several of his allies. David Mudoka has more details.
Munajua serikali ngapi Kenya hii? Ni moja ama ni mbili? Si ni moja? Si ni moja? Kama unataka uzuri wake, kae naye. Kama unataja ubaya wake, toka uache wale wengine waendelee.
Just a day after President Uhuru Kenyatta dared his deputy William Ruto to jump ship if he is not satisfied with the government, DP Ruto has clapped back at Kenyatta, insisting he is not going anywhere. While distancing himself from claims that he is unhappy, Ruto has instead confessed his undying love towards the president.
The president calls the shots. He is in charge and he takes all decisions. And I have not countermanded any decision.
The sentiments coming while the second in command was on a charm offensive in Isiolo County to drum up support for his 2022 presidential bid.
Hakuna mashindano kati yangu mimi na rais wa Kenya. Yeye ndio mkubwa wetu, tunamheshimu. Mimi ninafanya kazi ile ambaye rais ameniambia nifanye.
Ruto, however, accusing the opposition for meddling into his dalliance with President Kenyatta and allegedly attempting to push him out of the government.
Mimi nataka niwaambie wawache kuja kutuletea kisirani na wawache kuja kutuletea makasiriko.
But Ruto's foot soldiers have trained their guns on President Uhuru Kenyatta, faulting him for sparking talk of his political divorce with Ruto instead of mending the severed ties within the government.
Lakini raisi, tulia hapo kwa Big Four. Na kama ilitoka kwa Big Four ikawa Big Fall, wewe sasa ngangania hapo kuinua tena.
Alisema yake 10, ya Ruto ngapi? Alisema yake 10, yake 10 ya Ruto. Na kwa hivyo kama kiongozi yeye mwenyewe aliweza kutuahidi hivyo, sioni kukiwa na haja tutoke hapo.
Kwani tulichagua huyo akarisign? Tulimtuma kule ndio aende akarisign? Hebu niambieni jameni. Sisi tulichagua presidency, hatukuchagua mtu mmoja. Na kwanza unaweza kuwa ulipiga kura kwa sababu ya watu wangapi?
Kiswahili nasema handi ni nini? Sasa tukivunja ile ndeni tulipeana, sitachukiwa na wengine ikuwe hatuwezi aminika. Sasa 22 ikifika, tunachukua, tunaweka.
The leaders have further called on Kenyans and county assemblies to reject the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, terming it unnecessary.
Unajua huyo mzee amekaa miaka 70 hajaenda kanisa. Sasa anafikiria rege ni wimbo ya kuimba kila mahali. Sasa tumesema akasirike, lakini sisi tutaimba kigosho.
2 milioni mchukue na BBI muangushe. Manake milioni 2 munasema ni haki yenu.
Kubadilisha katiba ni haki yetu kikatiba. Hauwezi leta kusema party positions na mjatuita kufanya hiyo party position.
Hiyo document haifai sisi kabisa.
Meanwhile, Garissa Township Member of Parliament Eden Duale has called on Kenyatta and Ruto to bury the hatchet, describing their falling out as a threat to the stability of the country.
Rais Uhuru Kenyatta na William Ruto, 2022 sisi tutajua vile tutafanya, lakini kwa sasa mukae chini.
All eyes now are on Kenyatta and Ruto, whose political marriage is visibly on the rocks, despite resembling a match made in heaven when it officially kicked off in 2013. David Mudhoka, TV47.
Political leaders from Western Kenya have held a consultative forum with members of the county assemblies from the region, the leaders promising the ward representatives that they will ensure the promise on car grants to ward representatives is delivered. Joash Onsare reports.
The ward reps drawn from the 4 counties of Kakamega, Bungoma, Busia and Vihiga met the regional political leaders ahead of their sitting next week. Led by Governor Wycliffe Oparanya, the leaders continued to drum up support for BBI, Governor Oparanya urging the MCAs in Western Kenya to support the constitutional amendment bill. Speaking during a BBI sensitization meeting, the governor called upon the MCAs to pass the BBI bill once tabled in their respective assemblies for the benefit of the region.
And you know, in this region, we have depended on maize and sugarcane. There will be special funds set. And I'm optimistic that if BBI goes through, then this region will be in for prosperity in future.
The leaders further calling on voters in the region to support the bill once it sails through the county assemblies.
I've come here in solidarity to show you that we are now agreed that we should all support the referendum bill. The BBI was the process, the initiative. What you are holding now is the product of the BBI initiative.
And it's up to us to pick the momentum from this process and have a unit of purpose. And remember that all politics are local, and that we have to start home to go and engage others in unity.
Hii devolution ndio inaweza kusaidia sisi the week, and I'm happy BBI ina devolve mpaka kwa ward.
Oparanya and Atwoli have promised the ward reps that they will ensure they get the proposed car grants.
This is a consultation meeting. I know that you have raised the welfare issues, and me, I want to commit myself once again that issues to do with Kakamega, I'll deal with it.
Mambo ya grant ya car, car grant, there is no argument. Katika hiyo SRC court is represented. Kitu ikisha ingia kwa SRC and accepted by the Kenya government, it is officially budgeted for. Hakuna mtu atakataa.
To not be devolving upwards, adding a third tier of government. We should be devolving downwards, further down to the ward, and that is the most critical unit of devolution. And the honorable members seated here today, you are the most critical players. You are the foot soldiers of devolution.
So far, the counties of Siaya, Kisumu and Homa Bay have adopted the BBI bill, with Baringo rejecting the constitutional amendment bill. Joash Onsare, TV47.
All right, Interior Principal Secretary Karanja Kibicho has called out those fighting the Constitution Amendment Bill, terming them as enemies of the president. Speaking at Gotv Primary School in Dia, Kirinyaga County, the PS say that the BBI has a lot of benefits to the people of Mount Kenya. The PS also say that so far the government printer has for the last 1 month printed over 10 million BBI copies. Kibicho took a swipe at political leaders spreading propaganda that the copies are not reaching the grassroots, noting that those with smartphones can also access the document through the internet.
Asante sana. Jimbo wetu ni tunafuraha.
Katiba yetu inasema ukianza kuguzaguza vitu zinaguza kaunti, lazima uende kwa wananchi waulize. Ndio tusianze kuchanganyisha hizi vitu. Tuangalie BBI, tuone BBI inasema nini the document. Lakini kwa hizo document iko na sheria zingine nyingi sana ziko hapo nyuma. Ukiangalia zenye BBI inasema pamoja na kurekebisha katiba, pia hizi sheria ni lazima zipelekwe. Na hizo sheria ndio sheria zenye zina protect institutions zetu za kahawa, institutions zetu za maziwa, institutions zetu za mchele, institution yetu ya majani, institution yetu ya pyrethrum. Zile institution sisi tunajua ni institutions zenye zinafaa to protect, ndio tukifanya kazi yetu hapo baadaye isikuwe tunafanya kazi alafu mtu mwingine anaweza kuja aanze kuharibu, ndio tuseme BBI hatuipendi. Ndio tusianze kupelekwa dombolo hapa ya kuambiwa maneno yenye haiko kwa BBI. BBI ile kitu inataka kutibu ni Rais Uhuru Kenyatta wakati atakuwa anaenda nyumbani, atuachie institutions, atuachie document covenant yenye itatuprotect sisi, isikue tukivuka pale na akienda nyumbani sisi tutakuwa tunategemea whims.
As the country awaits the first batch of the COVID-19 vaccine, health workers have come out to criticize the government against leaving them out in the planning and implementation of the COVID-19 vaccination exercise. They claim they play a key role in the process. Zaina Mohammed with the details.
Weeks before the arrival of the first batch of the COVID-19 vaccine in the country, health workers have come out to criticize the government against leaving them out of the planning and implementation of the COVID-19 vaccination exercise.
We would like to urge the Ministry of Health on that specific matter of vaccines, that healthcare workers must be involved directly in the vaccination process.
According to them, health workers play a key role in the vaccination process. Therefore, excluding them could lead to hesitancy among Kenyans and even the health workers.
Without involvement of healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, clinical officers, all other healthcare workers, getting Kenyans to accept the vaccine and even healthcare workers is going to be a tough challenge.
The government is expecting to receive the first batch of the vaccines by the end of this month in order to enable the kicking off of the first phase of the vaccination process that will target 1.25 million Kenyans, including health workers. Zainab Mohammed, TV47.
British human rights lawyer Karim Khan is the new prosecutor of the International Criminal Court of Justice, Criminal Court ICC. Khan, who has handled several high-profile cases at the ICC, including representing Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto following the 2007 post-election skirmishes, won a secret ballot against 3 other candidates to replace lead prosecutor Ghana's Fatou Bensouda. The 3 include Ireland's Fagol Gaynor, Spain's Carlos Fernandez, and Italian Francisco Loi. Khan will be the 3rd prosecutor of the ICC with his 9-year term starting on June 16th. The International Court of Justice has turned down Nairobi's request to postpone its maritime border dispute with Somalia for the 4th time. In its request to the ICJ, Kenya claimed that it is still in search for a crucial map that is expected to verify the ownership of the controversial maritime border. The case now scheduled for the 15th of March. The International Court of Justice has rejected Kenya's request to postpone its maritime delimitation dispute with Somalia for the 4th time. The ICJ insisting that the hearing of the case will proceed as scheduled, beginning on the 15th of next month.
Veuillez vous asseoir.
In a letter to the two governments, the court said that it has considered Kenya's arguments, asking representatives who will be unable to attend its sessions physically due to the COVID-19 restrictions to join the proceedings virtually. Kenya made the request to postpone the hearing last month, claiming that it is still in the pursuit of acquiring a map crucial to the case, Somalia objecting Kenya's request, asking the court to proceed with the case as planned. Earlier last year, Somalia took Kenya to the International Court of Justice following a 62,000 square mile maritime border dispute, an area believed to contain a sizable amount of oil and gas deposits. Now, hundreds of businessmen in Naivasha town are counting losses after an alert to vacate the Kenya Railway premises was issued on Friday evening without any prior warning, leaving them with no choice but to salvage their businesses. Willie Dennis Njiru witnessed the scenes last evening and filed the following report from Naivasha.
It was a beehive of activities Friday evening by hundreds of businessmen along the busy Moi Avenue in Naivasha town in an intensified last-minute rush to salvage what they could before the demolition of their structures.
Nilipewa lease na Kenya Railways ya 25 years. Sawa. I have invested over 120 million. I employ over 30 people directly, another 15 indirectly. Yeah. I am over 30 meters from the line. The multi-agency team of Kenya Railways that was coming to mark what needs to go down came, yeah, and they said I'm way out, including the board of Kenya Railways, yeah. Now this is spite, yeah. They want to demolish for no good reason.
The businessmen lament that there was no prior notice to evacuate them, but only saw Kenya Railway staff with a battalion of police officers marking their premises for demolition.
Hakupeana notice. Surely, saa hii ndio tumeona wakiweka mark.
Hii nimewekewa X saa 3. Sasa nimeshindwa nitaenda wapi? Nimetoa vitu zote nje, hata sijakulia miezi 2. Niko na loan Unitas ya 1500. Sasa sijui nitaelekea wapi.
When I called the OCPD, because I called him last night, he told me there was a notice of 2019. So that is something I cannot confirm. It's neither here nor there.
The investors have blamed the line authority for not considering them in an ailing economy in the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Tumetoka kwa COVID-19, hatujapata chapa, bado watu wako na shida. Sasa ndiye huyu, sababu serikali ya reli ni yake. Hakuna pahali atajitoa. Uhuru, yale maneno inatendeka hapa, tunakulaumu wewe mwenyewe, sababu uko na jukumu, uko na nguvu ya kusema yale maneno isimame.
This is something that you cannot comprehend. It doesn't make sense at all. When you are building here, you have seen where the railway line is. It is nowhere near here. You can't even see it. This is the main Mayo road. So, it's on the road.
They, however, wish for the county government to consider them and offer alternative grounds where they could pitch their businesses.
If there is a lease signed, first and foremost, you need to pay. Mr. Karaoke, look at this house here. This old thing is a condemned house. Why can't they come and buy this building and use it?
Why demolish an asset worth 120 million? Let them come and take it over.
Reporting for TV 47 from Naivasha in Nakuru County, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
Well, TV 47 Weekend now takes a short commercial break, but we'll be back with more. Remember, you can follow this live broadcast on www.tv47.co.ke.
TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Hey!
Kaluma King Herbal Lozenges zinazo nguvu maradufu kutuliza kikohozi, vidonda vya koo na mafua. Kaluma King ni shwari.
Chika mama huyo muharifu kaiba kuku zangu, vifaranga wangu na mayai zote pia kabeba. Haya, chika mama huyo.
Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
Ninaitwa Emilia, ni benki Nyala. Changamuka, cheza loto. Nafanya kazi huko Kiserian. Nafanya kazi ya chunga. Kutoka 2019 sijashinda, hiyo ndio nikajaribu, nikacheza, nikakuja kushinda mwisho. Nilikuwa kazi usiku, venye nilipigiwa simu nikasherekea, nikaruka, nikaambia uende ungoje milioni inakuja. Milioni 1,100,000 ndaendelea kujenga, ninunue ng'ombe, mbuzi. Sijaoa, nitafute bibi sasa nikuwe na familia. Hawakule hizo mali yangu. Si bonus nimepata, ndampatia marafiki, nimpatie ndugu yangu hata ninunue ng'ombe 2 na mbuzi 3 hivi aenda kuchunga. Wajai cheza na wajai shinda, nimwambia waendelee kushinda, wajaribu watakula.
Changamka, cheza loto.
Tonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Tonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
You're watching TV47 Weekend. Now, Wiper candidate in the Machakos senatorial race, Agnes Kavindu Muthama, has castigated the women rights movement FIDA for being silent after she was allegedly attacked by her competitors. A rather disappointed Kavindu, while speaking to a group of women within the county, urged FIDA to wake up, further calling upon women across the country to support female politicians who seek elective seats. Kavindu, who was accompanied by Transport CS Wavinya Ndeti, urged residents of Machakos to support the constitutional amendment bill as it would benefit them as a county.
FIDA, nyinyi ni watetezi wa kina mama. Na nimetukana na sijasikia sauti yenu. FIDA, mko wapi na mnafanya nini? Wanawake wale mko mbungeni, mko wapi na mnafanya nini? Inukeni mtetee wa mama. Lakini nawaomba wa mama, kama kuna mama amesimama na ule mama yuko able, she can deliver, please elect the mama before you elect the man.
Hawa watu wanakuja kutuambia sisi watu wa Machakos tusipitishe BBI. Ni watu watutakii mazuri. Mumeambiwa hapa vizuri, tunapata constituency ngapi? 3 mpya. That is more than 320 million. Yeah? Kwani sisi ni wajinga tukataa BBI?
Taita Taveta County has recorded a very high HIV prevalence rate of 3.5%, with the majority being the youth. This as the world marked the World Condom Day. The HIV infection rate might be a high reason, compounded by the high number of schoolgirls who are pregnant in the county. Community members and parents who have been urged to embrace advising and talking to their children as a way of bringing to an end early pregnancies and high HIV infection rate.
Kwa kuwa nyinyi masiku yenu bado ni mingi na bado ndio mnaanza kupanga maisha yenu, ni afadhali iwe unatibu ugonjwa ile ambaye utasuia, ile ambaye ni ya Mungu, kuliko kutibu ugonjwa ambaye we mwenyewe umejiletea kwa kuwa ushughuliki ama utumii mwili yako kwa njia ambayo inafaa.
Taita Taveta County has a HIV prevalence of 3.4%. That's quite high. It means that translates to 8,350 adults living with HIV by end of 2019.
Saizi I can say tuko on red alert. Hii wiki nilikuwa maeneo ya Taveta na nikiangalia ile compilation ambayo imefanyika kuweza kutambua wale wanafunzi ambao wamepata mimba za mapema, utapata ni idadi ya wanafunzi 126. Hiyo ni sub county moja ambao wako na active pregnancies kwa sasa.
Now, the Kenya National Union of Teachers Kilindini branch has carried out a peaceful elections, electing their new office despite wrangles witnessed among union members. NAT National Deputy Treasurer James Ndiku, who presided over the elections, denied claims that NAT is losing its popularity following withdrawal of some teachers from the union. Ndiku has called for the implementation of the collective bargaining agreement and emphasized that teachers need to be motivated rightfully, including the payment of their pensions.
This is a true demonstration that NAT is still alive and kicking. To the enemies of the teachers and even those that have been selling the narrative, the propaganda, the fallacy that NAT is dead. Can you come to Kilindini teachers and see the way teachers have come in large numbers to demonstrate that NAT is still alive and NAT is still doing its mandate? What we are telling the Teacher Service Commission, what you are telling teachers out there, that NAT is a union that should be engaged. NAT is a union that knows its mandate very well. NAT is a union that was formed not just for money, but it was formed for service and justice. NAT understands its ideals very well. So we are calling upon SRC and TSC to agree to the fact that teachers need a CBA once this CBA comes to an end in June this year. The CBA was negotiated, it was agreed upon, it was signed, and it was registered in court. That makes it a legal document that which should not be removed by any party to amend it.
Kajiado Central Member of Parliament Elijah Memusi has issued a stern warning to MCAs aiding the issuance of bursaries on tribal and bias basis. Speaking while issuing bursary to more than 100 students in Kajiado, the MP decried that after observing previous bursary disbursement, he noticed a worrying trend of one tribe dominating the list.
Nimepatia watu wanaenda badala ya kupiga mkutano wanapigia relatives wao wenye ambao hata hawako hapa. Wanalete majina ya watoto ambao si wa hapa. Mimi nikiletewa mtoto nitajua huyu mtoto ni wa nani? Siwezi jua. Yeah? Lakini nimesema kwa sababu ni mimi mumepatia kazi, ni mimi bado mtakuja kulaumu. Ndio sababu nimejilete mwenyewe kwa ground. Masomo ambayo ndio inafaa kusawanisha nchi, lakini itakuwa ni ya watoto matajiri. Ile gap between the rich and the poor itaendelea kuwa kubwa sana, na hata hao matajiri hawatakuwa na usalama ndani ya hiyo nchi ya maskini.
Now, a section of SUPKEM Islamic leaders from Kwale, Kilifi and Lamu counties have agreed not to get involved with the political leaders in their religion in a bid to bring back unity among the Islamic community. For a while now, conflicts, wrangles and disagreements have been witnessed within the Islamic leaders.
Na Mwenyezi Mungu amesema hivi. Kwa hivyo umma wa watu wote, wakiwa ni Waislamu si Waislamu, sisi ni umma mmoja na tunatakiwa tuweke huu umoja wetu tusitofautiane.
SUPKEM will effectively coordinate and facilitate the actualization of the desires for a more united Muslim Ummah in the country. It will rebrand and strengthen grassroots leadership structures across the country. That for SUPKEM to receive the kind of support it requires to successfully catalyze Muslim unity in the country, it should put its house in order, especially with regard to its governance regime, constitution, and implementation of strategic plan. Supreme Council shall not serve the interest of any political grouping in the country.
Kueleza mambo mbalimbali ambayo kwamba yataka tushirikiane. Imeonekana iko haja kubwa ya viongozi na misikiti na markaz kujuana na kutoa huduma pamoja, na tutasikizwa zaidi ikiwa nguvu zetu ni moja.
A section of nurses at Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital will spend their night in the cold after they were thrown out from their houses in hospital staff quarters this morning by alleged local Ministry of Health. Kenya Union of Nurses Kisii branch has castigated the move as the court had requested their issues be sorted out of the court, and so far no efforts have been made. The county government of Kisii has been called out for failing to attend a dialogue meeting. The Ministry of Health has also been accused for not following the law of eviction. CEC Health Sarah Omacha accused the nurses of failing to go to work and to respond to their show cause letter, adding that those who did not were asked to report to the disciplinary committee.
Yesterday, when I was in my house, I've been around throughout. I got some policemen coming from the hospital. That is an AP who is covering the hospital, KTRH Kisii, and also some of the security officers that serve in the hospital. They came with a letter to serve me that I've been dismissed. The letter they were having, they told me that it came from the Chief Officer Health, Kisii County, that was requesting that I leave the house, I vacate the house and look for somewhere to go. I'm not needed anywhere.
Ndio tunaomba Kisii County Government na wale wahusika wote wakuje mezani tuweze kuongea. Mambo ya kukaa mezani machache sana. Tutaweza chukua muda kidogo sana kuelewana ili tuweze kurudisha wauguzi wetu kazini.
Hizi nyumba ni za housing. Makosa ni ile watu wamepewa barua jana jioni kabisa. Eti kama wewe unakaa nyumba ya serikali utoke uende. Kama uko na gari ya serikali upeane immediately. Na hizi nyumba unajua sheria iko. Nyumba unastahili kupewa muda wa miezi 3 ujipange utoke. Iwe ya mwenyewe ama iwe ya serikali.
Well, it is time to take another short commercial break, but we'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
UIP is in support of the Love Train this season and ready to give you the chance to gift your loved one with the one thing that never depreciates: land. Not just any land. Prime property, 1.2 kilometers from Konza Isinya bypass and also 500 meters from the proposed Nairobi-Mombasa Expressway. With the 8% discount, you don't have an excuse. Grab your loved one a title deed by booking with only 69,000. To book, call us on 0708 423244. Email us at info@uip.co.ke or visit our website www.uip.co.ke. UIP Valentine's offer is valid till the 14th of February 2021. There is no better way to say I love you. Jump on the love train now. UIP Real Estate, the home of affordable land. Mizizi Africa Homes is Kenya's fastest growing property development company, offering high-quality, pocket-friendly investment solutions. Introducing our Valentine's offer at Heritage Estate Phase 2, located at Kenyatta Exit 14 off Thika Superhighway, just 25 minutes drive from Nairobi CBD. Enjoy our 3-bedroom bungalows with solar system, gypsum ceiling, open kitchen with a granite breakfast table, cabinets, fridge, cooking area, high perimeter wall, adequate water, parking, and security 24/7. Own yours today for just 4.25 million with a 2 million deposit and flexible monthly installments. For more information, contact us on 0742 112215. Log on to www.miziziafricahomes.com or email info@miziziafricahomes.com. Our offices are at Westlands, Watamu Court, Room 3, opposite Sarit Center. Mizizi Africa Homes. Together, building a solid foundation. At Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology, we offer highly competitive courses tailor-made to suit your needs. These include certificate and diploma in theater technology, medical engineering, nutrition and dietetics, radiography and sonography, science lab, health records, environmental health science, counseling psychology, applied biology, social work and community development, information and communication technology, among others. Register now at our Nairobi campus in Nairobi West around Nyayo National Stadium on 0700129536. Our Juja campus next to Jomo Kenyatta University on 0700000760. And our Kisumu campus opposite Swan Center, Oginga Odinga Street on 0703201229. Trisent School of Medical Health, Science and Technology.
Looking for the smoothest writing pen with an excellent grip and long-lasting ink? Kaluma Pen is all that and more. Write your own success with Kaluma Pen.
Your effort is nothing without Jesus. Your effort is nothing without God. You are going to rise in the name of the Lord.
Nimeona wema wako, nimeona fadhili zako we Bwana, nasema asante, asante.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Well, it is time to take a look at what is happening in the world of sports. 42 athletes have been selected to join a 3-week camp in Embu ahead of the Continental Cross Country Championship slated for March 7th in Togo. The group made their cut after starring at the Athletics Kenya Cross Country Championship held at the Ngong race course Saturday morning. Stephen Kiprop watched through the race and filed the following report.
Stiff competition was the highlight in the 10 kilometers men's race. 2018 Commonwealth Games bronze medalist Roger Kwimoi winning in 30 minutes 3 seconds .01 as World Half Marathon record holder Kibiwot Kandiye settled for second in 31 minutes 5 seconds .05. Edwin Bed summed up the top 3 slots 5 seconds later.
Nilitumia akili kwa sababu ningepiga mbele singeweza kumaliza. So nikaonelea kwamba wacha nikae nyuma yao mpaka the last lap ipaki. Alafu nitakuwa niende.
In the ladies category, Sheila Chelagat clocked 34 minutes 55 seconds .5 to reign supreme ahead of second and third place finishers Daisy Cherotich and Margaret Ngoire.
Nimeshangaza sana. Mimi ama Maradona mimi sija last year nilikimbia nikakuwa namba 20. So leo nashukuru Mungu sana. Kwa hiyo namba 3.
Gideon Rono won the men under 28 kilometers race, while Purity Chepkoech won the 6 kilometers race in the ladies category. The African Cross Country Championship trials incorporated 6 categories, with the top 6 in each category booking a slot to represent Kenya in the African Cross Country Championship, 7th March this year. A contingent of 42 athletes has been selected to represent Kenya in the 2021 African Championship, scheduled to take place in Lome, Togo. The athletes are expected now to be training at the Kigari Teachers Training College in Embu County in readiness for the showdown. Stephen Kiprop for TV 47 Sports.
Football in Samia, Busia County has received a shot in the arm following the revival of the famed 11 Wipers Academy in Muramba that went crumbling down in 2013 owing to financial constraints. Led by Malone Ouma and Wilberforce Wandera, the locals are keen on using the large talent pool to save the village from poverty. Julius Juma reports.
Football talents that have for long gone down the drain in Muramba village in Samia sub-county, Busia County, are finding shelter in an unlikely home, the 11 Wipers Academy. An academy that has been roping in talented footballers in the region, both for the junior and senior team, now boasting of a 55-player membership.
Kuna talents, but hizo talents hakuna ile exposure, so inaenda mtu anaachana na boli kwa sababu ya vitu zinamkumba, kuna familia mapema, vitu kama hizo. Hakuna watu pengine scouts wakuji huku.
A step at a time, the young footballers all but optimistic about tomorrow.
Mimi napenda Manchester United. Hata mwenyewe nikifaulu, mimi napenda hata kuiendea tu. Nikipata hata mtu akunisaidia nitafika huko.
Toto zangu kwa mpira, masomo ikinishinda, mpira isinishinde.
Naomba tu hii talent ya watoto iendelee sana. Hata kama uwezo ukuweko, wajaribu kuenda pale pengine. Wafanye kazi, waende wapige mpira kwa nchi mbalimbali. Tuone furaha Muramba.
Plans to incorporate girls into the academy are still at the inception stage, but the locals here are already heeding to the calls of support.
The support from the local people around us, they have to come in to give us some ideas. As you can see, I'm very young. So we just need that idea in the senior team.
Kuna timu ya wasichana hata saa hii inatamani sana, lakini kutokana na uwezo wenye tuko nao kwa saa hii bado hatujafikia ile nguvu ya kumanage hizo timu zote.
Our target in the next 2 to 3 years, we are hoping to be the best team in Samia sub-county.
The young footballers here see talent as one of the two routes to hook their families out of poverty.
Shiari yangu, mimi nataka kujua skills zangu. Huko mbele nikijaliwa niweze kusaidia hata wenzangu.
Tulikuja sisi wote kama tuko kurutu. Yaani hata coach siku yenye tulikuja coach atuambia kitu, tunamwambia hapana, lakini saa hii tumeshika matamshi ya coach, tuko strong. Hata jamaa kituliza ball, anasema tu atuwe naenda kumchukua.
Mimi naweza sema tu kama mzazi uko na mtoto pale nyumbani, soma huyo mtoto akiwa mdogo. From day one, huyo mtoto akiwa mdogo akikua anapenda nini? Hiyo kitu mtoto anapenda, usimnyime. Side education ikue, hiyo ni basic, lakini kama talent pia iko, msaidie. Kama uko na uwezo wa kumnunulia buti nini, kama ni wambio pia ni sawa, lakini huku kwetu sana ni mpira.
The region has seen the political class package itself as the savior, but the politicians have left much to be desired.
Tena challenge tuko nayo ni wanasiasa wetu. Unapata huku tournament zinakuja Disemba peke yake. Anacheza mara moja kwa mwaka na ni ya siasa. Unaona sawa, wanasiasa pia at least wangekuwa na invest kwa vijana. Wenye wanaangalia ati kuna sijui